Hello, boys, and welcome to Zero Profile Production, and next part, Sakura Succubus. So, we apparently got laid with a famous businesswoman, and now we're on a train full of bunch of people. So, return. This girl has cat ears. But it's probably obviously fake, because this story hasn't given any intent of being unreal yet. So, let's see what this story holds. I'm hemmed in by the doors and businessman behind me and a younger girl to the front. I can't see the girl's face, but if I had to wager, I guess age, I put her in her early 20s. She isn't wearing a school uniform, which rules out the possibility that she's a high school student. Maybe she attends a local university. Her hair is dyed crazy shade of blue, and she's wearing a pink jacket coupled with a pair of very, very short shorts. I think those are more like underwear. That's how short they are. She's pressed against me so intimately I can smell her. She's unlike the other grumpy commuters on this train, smells fresh and sweet and a little like cinnamon. Her hair is particularly delectable. Now I'm aware of how good this mystery girl smells. I'm not anxious about what I might smell of. Silly though it is. I like to make a good impression on her. I can't see her face, but I'm sure she is cute. Only a cute girl would wear shorts as daring tiny as hers. I imagine the girl in my head as I often do during my commutes to work. I mean, it's not like there's anything else I can do. I fashion her with a pair of large eyes, frigid with long lashes and a button nose. She has pursed lips, pink like cherry blossom, and two sweetly blushing cheeks, and a nice body. I don't even need to wonder what her body is like, because I can feel it pressed against me. It's possible that this could be an honest mistake or the girl's part, but now she's moaning. I want to escape before things escalate any further, but that's impossible. The train's too busy. The girl has me trapped, and she must know it. How am I gonna wiggle out of this one? Hey, I draw closer to the girl, a risky move, I know. I bring my lips to her ear. You might not be aware of this, but I swallow. You're kind of pressing against me. I hope this is some sort of misunderstanding. With a bit of luck, the girl will squeak in alarm and back away, her face burning. I like to resolve this problem peacefully without disturbing the people around us, but I think the best answer would actually be, well, for any guy at least, would be, oh, am I? Maybe I should do it a little more then. But that's only what a guy dreams. That's probably not the thing that's gonna happen, or maybe it is. Sakura surprised me before. Yeah, kind of. I know. The girl replies swiftly with a nary and trace of embarrassment in her tone. You... What do you mean, you know? I know what I'm doing. Okay. Sakura surprised me. You do? Then why don't you stop? I don't want to. This is too much fun. This might be fun for you, making me squirm, but this is a real problem for me. It's a problem? You don't like it? I'm afraid I like it a bit too much. No, that's not it. I like it more than I should. If this keeps going, we'll both be in trouble. Really? Yes, really. This is dangerous, so I don't get it. If you like it, we should keep going. I want to make you happy. I'm not getting through to her at all. In fact, I think I might have made things worse. Marina wasn't joking. You smell incredibly good. I also want to be close to you, Hiroki. Okay. Ha ha ha. I make my way to work, the soles of my shoes slapping against the sidewalk. After that little incident on the train, I felt obligated to get off a few stops earlier than usual. I couldn't bring myself to stay on that train surrounded by all those good men and women. After everything I'd done, I wouldn't be way too embarrassing. I gasped for air as I went my way through Tokyo busy streets. Men and women in business attire threw about me, and veritable armies of high school students in their crisp, with uniforms and giggle excitedly. They look all so young and carefree. The girls with the plaited hair and blue plaid skirt, the boys with their sports bag slung over their shoulders and their scuffed black shoes. What I would give to be 10 again. They don't know how easy they have it. My encounter with the mysterious girl on the train might have taken my mind off things for a few minutes. The realization through the finish of thought, but now doubts are starting to catch up to me. It doesn't matter how quickly I walk, I can't outsprint my fears. What am I going to do when I see my boss? What is he going to say? My head might as well be a shopping block. The day is shaping out to be a crazy one, and it's not even 9 yet. I've only been awake a handful of hours. Maybe when I get to work I find my boss has transformed into a cute girl. That's quite a disturbing thought, actually. You know what? Let's not pursue this train of thought any longer. Really though. If I get to work and find my girl's ill-attempted boss has transformed into a cute girl overnight, I wouldn't even be surprised. At this point, I will just be one more drop of ever-expanding ocean. No so luck. None so luck. But to my relief, though not necessarily surprised, Oksara, what do you have to say for yourself, huh? Oh, my boss has turned into a cute girl after all. He looks like an ill-tempered as always, if not more. If I only just arrived at the office, yet set my bag and sit at my desk, but he's already giving me an earful. They carried into the office the moment he heard me open the door. He must have been waiting for me to make my grand entrance like a fan, eagerly awaiting the beginning of an IU concert. But unlike IU's loyal continual fans, my boss isn't holding a glow stick or wearing a shirt with my face on it. If it was, I'd be pretty freaked out. NGL. Instead, he's holding a cup of coffee and one hand and skulls upon his face. Judging by his expression and the way he's shaking, he spilled the coffee if he's not careful. He's preparing himself for a murder of all rants. I am so busted. Well, don't just stand there going, oh, you this cretin. You know what you done. Where's my apology? Oh, I'm sorry, boss? Sorry, I won't cut it. You know that. Then why did you ask me to apologize in the first place? That's all I like to say. But I know given the circumstance I'd be better not infuriated with him further. My boss hasn't ever hit anybody before, though secretly I think he'd quite like to. But the steamy cup of coffee in his hand is quite concerning. It would be very, very easy for him to accidentally slip on his rage and pour it all down my front. I asked you to get some photos for you for upcoming news pieces and you buggered it all up. Where are my photos, huh? I'm sorry. There were a few technical issues. The trains were delayed and that's no excuse. As a photographer, no as an employee, it's your duty to see to it that you accomplish all of your job, regardless of the external circumstances. So this train was delayed. So what? You should have used your head. Why didn't you hire a taxi? It was too late for that. The train broke down and I got on it in time, but nothing. The boss slams his cup of coffee down on my desk. A few broken droplets of scalding drink fly over the rim of the cup and spatters on a stack of documents. I guess I'm gonna have to clean that up later. That is if the desk comes in mine by the end of the morning. More about rants and raves and more unlikely beginning to look. A few of my work colleagues have been alerted by the noise because they're peeking at us curiously. One of my workmates gives me a sympathetic smile while another looks coldly amused by the plight. I guess it's alright for them, lucky so-and-so. I've had it to her here with you, Sakura. I have no need for an employee who can't do his job. You are a failure, and to cap it all off, you broke an expensive piece of company equipment. I stared at my boss. He could have dedicated a failure to make any pics of I given my failure to upload them to the cloud over the weekend, but how does he know about the camera? I haven't told him about that yet. I was saving that bit of news till last. I thought it would be a nice way to cap off this awful morning, the cherry on top of this shit Sunday, if you please. Somebody must have told him about the camera already. But who? Was it Marina? Did she really call my boss up and beg for his pardon? If so, I commend her efforts, but my boss doesn't look at all moved by her pleas. His face is getting redder by the second, and I'm afraid he's going to explode like an overinflated weather balloon. When I heard that, I just about hit the roof. How could you be so careless? That camera is worth more than your life. Our deadlines have all been pushed back because of your carelessness. How do you feel about that, huh? I frankly don't care. I look at my feet, my voice dropping to a whisper. I'm very sorry, sir. What did you say? My boss leans in the cup in the air with his hand. Speak up, boy, I can't hear you. I said, even more of my colleagues are watching me now. They're not even trying to hide their amusement. I bet they're all off at my expense. You can't be so cruel. I'm very sorry, sir. Really, I am. I know my behavior was inexcusable. Indeed, it was. Not only did you make a harsh as a simple job, but you also destroyed a piece of company equipment. I should have you fired for that, at the very least. But I'm a lenient man. Yes, boss, you're right. I had my desk cleared out right away, and... Wait, what? You heard what I said. My boss folds his arm in an expression sullen. You worked at this company for 3 years. During this time, you've been a model employee. It's rare that I have the cost to get you... okay, damn it. You worked in this company for... during this time, you've been a model employee. It's rare that I get cost unlike various other people in this room. My boss shoots a pointed glance at a few other co-workers who are still listening in my supposed dressing down. Now that they've realized most what the drama was past, they seem to have lost interest. A couple of them blushed suitably chastity and returned to their work, while a few others pout and click their tongues. Did they want me to get out of a job? This office is full of volunteers. Indiana, I have no real complaints with you. Last Saturday was an unfortunate blip. Shall we say in your otherwise spotless performance? If you were a newbie, I'd be inclined to fire you over this. But I don't want to cost one of my valuable employees out of the cold over a couple of mishaps. Then, does that mean? Yes, indeed. I'm giving you another chance, Sakura. But you're on the thin ice. Don't betray my trust again or you'll be sorry. I don't like being made a fool out of. I'm going to work you to the bone. Be prepared to put the hours to make up for the crucible blunder. Do you hear me? Oh, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I bow deeply to my boss, clinging to my superiorness all the while. Only a few seconds ago I was insulting this guy in my head and calling him an asshole and so two-faced. Maybe my boss is quite as horrid as I thought. But he's still a businessman at the end of the day. And I doubt he'd make this call if he didn't have ulterior motives. Now, I'm curious. What's going to happen about the camera? Will the cost of replacing it be taken from my own wages? About the camera. It's a funny story that the boss massages his quivering chin in thought. That would be standard company policy, yes, but you can resource you must have a guardian angel. An angel, sir. Indeed, she called the office this morning when I got in for work and she explained the whole sorry affair to me. At first I was incredulous. I thought it was some kind of prank, but she was very persuasive. Still, my boss shakes his head bemused. I can't believe that you know what Suki Marina for such a plain unassuming man. You got a surprising amount of connections. So Marina really did call my boss. That wasn't just talk. I don't know Marina at all well, but she's already done a lot for me. I have to wonder what she sees in me, and how are you going to repay her? How do you get into good graces, The two of you childhood friends? Oh no, I only know her a day. Really? My boss snorts. Well, you must have quite impressive. She offered to pay for the equipment you damaged in full. She wired the money over to me in the company bank account shortly after our phone call. She also told me that she is familiar with EQIU. She offered to set up a private meeting between you and her so you can take photographs of her uninterrupted. What do you think about that? Once more words failed me. I stared at my boss silently, slack-jawed surprise, unable to articulate more than a handful of broken syllables. I clear my throat and try again. Is the date of this meeting fixed? Yes, indeed. Miss Walker put me through the Miss EQ agency and they were only too happy to oblige. You'll be seeing Miss EQ this weekend, alone, in a private beach in Ikunawa. We'll fly you out there, of course. Mickey Watt Zuckerberg kind of offered to foot the bill. I mail the full details over to you later, but that's about the gist of things. You're being given an amazing opportunity, so don't screw this up. You have a chance to take this as many photos of Miss Akira as you want, and while you are at it, you might as well interview her. This could be your big break. Give it your all. I won't accept anything less than 110%. You can't give more than 110%. You can't give more than 100%, because if you give more than 100%, the new one gets if you give more than 100%, the new what you gave be the new 100%. So it's actually always that. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. I bow and scrape my boss and you, amazed at the wealth of possibilities that landed on my lap. I'm going to see Ayu again this weekend, in a private beach in Kunawa, no less. As a mere member of the Holy Poly, I've never been a private beach before. I started to feel like a celeb myself. Marina really has come true for me. Not only did she pay for the camera I smashed, but she managed to fix up a meeting between Ayu and I. My boss was right. For once, Marina really is like a guardian angel. She drew a dark-skinned, fair-haired angel, and I owe her, if not my life, then my job. My immediate future has been secured, but I can't afford to get complacent. There's still my meeting with Ayu to contend with. I'm going to impress both Marina and my boss. I need to do my best. Now that I've settled all these responsibilities, I don't want to let anybody down. The rest of the day goes by in a blur. I'm still reeling after my conversation with my boss and nothing feels quite real. Thanks to my fellow on Saturday, we have a scramble to put together a new article in lieu for one about Ayu that we suspended until next week. I end up working overtime, and it's dark when I finally leave the office. Jeez, my boss is such a slave driver. To think that I'd be a bit more considerate, given my connections with the new Richie. I barely had a chance to sit down all day. Yawning, I check my phone. It's a little after 21 p. I should have been at home hours ago. Oh well, I might be tired now, but my job's secure and I have a weekend retreat in Okinawa to look forward to. With a bit of luck, things work out alright, and I get a preview of photos that please my boss. That should put me in his good books. Maybe he even let me go home on time for a change. That would be a treat. For the present, however, I'm absolutely gagging for a drink that might help soothe my nerves. With that thought in mind, I boarded the train for a few stops, then I head to the same bar where I first met Marina. While it's true I want something to drink, a part of me is hoping I run into Ben Nectar's once more. Unfortunately for me, luck is on my side. Well, it's the same picture, so I can't use that one, so we continue! Marina is sitting at the bar, one tune leg crossed on the other, just like it was during the first encounter. Her fair hair falls over her shoulder and she nurses a glass in one hand. When she sees me, she smiles and she waves me over. Well, hello, handsome. Fancy seeing you here. It's a small world. It's just a coincidence. I felt like dropping by on the way home from work. Really? Marina inclines her head and knowing a smile playing about her lips. That's funny. I was under the impression that your workplace was a good half hour away on the other side of Sumida River. Surely there are bars closer by your cold frankly if alcohol all you want. I had business to attend to on this side of the city, that's all. Don't read too much into it. If you say so, dear. Marina laughs carelessly, and I can tell by her tone she doesn't believe a word I'm saying. Not that that was very surprising. I don't believe a word I'm saying either. I'm such a terrible liar. Why can't I tell Marina I was looking for her? I appreciate everything she did for me, and I want to thank her, truly, I do. She really did save my neck. But admitting that aloud, particularly in a crowded bar like this, would be embarrassing. God, I'm so stubborn. I went out of my way to find her, but now I'm clamming up. I'm acting just like a little kid. Maybe Marina can read my thoughts. It hasn't been the first time I pondered this, because she rests her hand against my own and says softly, It's alright, Hiroki. You don't need to tell me why you came here. I can tell. Am I that easy to read? Yes, indeed. Most men are. Don't take it too personally. Marina titters. You don't need to thank me for helping you. Which is just, well, given the words thank you and yet cross my lips, maybe I need to lube my throat with alcohol first. I helped you because I wanted to. You're a very interesting man, and I'm awfully fond of you. Talking to boss around was easy enough. He's full of bluster, but it's all an act. His obsessions melted away with a few choices words from yours truly. How did he... You did more than whisper sweet nothing in his ear. He told me you gifted a sizable chunk of money to our company and you set up a private meeting between myself and you. Well, what can I say? Marina shrugs. I have wealth and connections. It would be a shame not to use them. Man, rich people are something else entirely. Without enough cash you can open up almost any door. I'm kind of jealous, to be honest. But more than that, I'm incredibly thankful. I can understand using your wealth connection for your own sake, but why bother wasting them on a loser like me? I'm a nobody. Now, I have less of that self-defeating nonsense. Marina squeezed my hand with her own. You might consider yourself a nobody, but I find you quite intriguing. I like to dote upon you, if I can, so don't worry your pretty little head. You say that, but I still have no idea why you want to dote on me. I've done nothing to deserve it, and we're virtually strangers. Why you say it's simple? It's because you're cute. Huh? For a genius businesswoman, her reasoning is surprisingly simple. I'm going to elaborate on my supposed cuteness. I'm very curious to see how a member of the opposite sex regards me. It might be a good learning experience. Your actions are utterly charming, and you're so sincere. I couldn't help but be enticed by you the moment your eyes met. You're like a special pastry in the window of a high-end bakery. Being with you like this is making my salivate. If I can use my influence to help you, I won't hesitate. It's a small price to pay to see you smile there. Now, why won't you stop grousing and let me pamper you? Okay, this is funny. Yes, mommy. I answer fluently without humor, which makes Marina laugh. I suppose I'm mothering you, in a sense, though I don't know if I like being called that. If you want to show me a suitable measure of respect, you could call me madam. Or no, that sounds too formal. What about mistress? Mistress. Yes, indeed. I quite like taking charge. If you want to show how grateful you are for my help, I prefer if you did it physically. I trust you have no objections. I stare into Marina's eye. They are green just like jade earrings suspended from nearly formed earlobes, and their turquoise vest which stretched across her chest. Marina is so attractive I feel lightheaded. I have no idea how I got so lucky, but I'd be fool to refuse her advances. I'm already starting to get excited. Alright then, why we can go back to your office if that's what you want. I guess I wouldn't mind either. I know I can be awkward. I'm not used to people doing favors for me. My parents were pretty strict, so I got used to working things out on my own. I'm still not used to relying on others. So, if I find it hard to accept people's help, about thanking people too, it's hard to find the right words. But I really do appreciate everything you've done, Marina. I think you're wonderful. Heh, well, isn't that sweet? Marina laughs, her voice sultry, and pushes her bust against my arm. Thank you for trusting me with a bit of your backstory, Hiroki. I promise I take good care of you. You're special like nobody else. And I want to make you feel good. Now that was quite a workout, I feel invigorated. Don't you think my skin looks a little pretty? My cheeks are positively glowing. Love really is a miracle drug. I feel much stronger now. Ha, ha. Marina might be a good mood, but I feel downright exhausted. I slumped on the floor on her office boneless as I was on Saturday night, more like Sunday morning, wearing nothing but my underwear. My head rests on Marina's lap, my eyes focused vigilantly upon her pretty face. She has had the opportunity to put her business clothes back on after our trust. I can't see much of her skin. But that hardly matters. I already seen almost all of her it is to see. Are you alright there? Marina runs her fingers through my hair and contented smile playing about her lips. You are breathing quite heavily. I live at least. I should hope so. I heard fond of you, and I would be devastated if you died so quickly. I haven't had my fill of fun just yet. Then again, I suppose I should prepare for the worst. You humans are awfully fragile. I'm surprised you've been able to keep pace with me for 2 whole nights. If you can say that. The fullness of Marina's tights, coupled with her sing-song voice, is lulling me to sleep. but something about her words strikes me as rather strange. I blink up at her, curious my brow furrowed. What do you say? What do you mean, you humans? Oh my! Marina blinks in thankfully. Did I really say that? Yes, you did. I was clear. It was clear as day. You said you humans are awfully fragile. Now that I think about it, hasn't Marina said all the things that affect back then? I shrugged off her words as the musing of her attractive millionaire. But now I'm starting to get suspicious. In fact, everything that happened these last few days has been downright fishy. Bumping into like EQI was surprising enough, but what about Marina? What about the girl on the train? And speaking of the girl on the train, Marina wasn't joking, you smell incredibly good. You remember, my memory is a little hazy, but I'm sure she said that. She mentioned Marina's name. Who was she? And why did she know Marina? Something is definitely going on. I'm becoming an unassuming epicenter of a whole bunch of strange encounters, and now I want to get to the bottom of this. If anybody knows what's up here, it'd be Marina. I just want to know. What's happening to me? Oh dear. Marina, you must have had too much to drink. Nothing happening to you other than a healthy amount of excitement. I have been having fun, it's true, but things just aren't adding up. I'm a normal guy, but my life's been distinctly abnormal ever since our concert. A man and myself on Marina's lap with no small amount of effort, then shoot her quizily a look. You're not the only attractive woman who shown an interest in me. Ayus seemed happy enough to cling to me before she got mad and called me a pervert. And then on the train to work this morning, there was weird girl started flirting with me. If you can call it she did flirting. Strange girl. Did she have short blue hair? Yes, that's right. And was she wearing a very, very tight pair of shorts? Yes, they were so shameless short. By the sounds of it, seemed to have the pleasure of running into Cosmos. Cosmos, is that the name of the girl or the train? I believe so, yes. Performing indecent actions on a busy train does seem like the sort of thoughtless thing she do. She has no common sense. None of that makes any sense. Before last Saturday, I seemed to repel a woman. My life done total 180, and I have no idea what's going on. It's all too much to be a coincidence. Heh. Working yourself up into quite a ladder there. Don't let it get to you too much. I'm trying not to, but it's a lot to take in. You don't know what's happening, do you, Marina? I might have an idea, yes. Marina toys me like a lock of her silvery hair and a small smile playing about her lips. At first I intended to keep quiet about all this, but I'm awfully fond of you, and I hate to see you squirm, so you've been a very, very good boy, so I can let you in on a little secret. Make sure you keep it to yourself, though. It's highly classified information that could shake the core of society as you humans know it. Marina leans in and lifts inches away from my ear, and she whispers, "The truth is, I'm a succubus." A succubus. I stared at Marina, utterly dumbstruck. Of all the things she could have said, I didn't think for a second she'd say something like that. This isn't a joke, is it? You're not really a succubus, are you? Oh my, are you saying you don't believe me? That makes me very sad, Hiroki. Marina sniffs as though heartbroken and turns her head away. I believe I made my fond feelings for you more than apparent over the last few days. I would never ever lie to you, particularly not over my own nature. This is closely guarded secret, you know. I don't tell humans my true identity willy-nilly. You're the first to hear the truth. You could act a bit more grateful. Yes, mistress. I'm sorry, mistress. I bow my head abashed. I don't want to upset Marina, but I can't shake the niggling doubt that she is nothing more than a prank. I mean, I suppose. Really? I'm sorry, but when you say you're a succubus, does that mean you are a monster that takes advantage of men? I'm no monster. Marina pouts cutely, her arms folded across her chest. Do I look monstrous to you? Would any wicked beast have a body as gorgeous as mine? No, I guess not. You don't look much like a monster, but you don't really look like a succubus either. Not that I know how a succubus is supposed to look like. They're not exactly commonplace like cats and dogs. As I'm not sure what to think about this, it's quite overwhelming to be honest. I suppose that's fair enough. Humans aren't supposed to know about our kind after all. This must come as quite a shock to you. I should have known you wouldn't believe me that easily. You're not an internalized child. Humans in the 21st century live in an era of logic and reason. That being the case, it's my job to show proof of my claims. Then you won't be able to deny what I really am. I would never normally show my real form to anybody, but you're special. I like you a lot, Hiroki. And that's why I'm going to give you a little treat. Marina clicks her fingers and a visage suddenly shifts. Oh my. That's actually a pretty good looking succubus if I say so myself. And I do know actually a good bit of succubuses. I actually read up on them. Not for this, I read about it for other reasons. Well, that does technically mean that we are done now. I'm not gonna do any more Sakura today. My throat can't take it. So that's all I have for Sakura Succubus this time. I'll say like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.